Greetings to you all and happy Monday from the Chamber of Commerce. We just wanted to kind of keep you abreast of the many activities that go on at your chamber. We want to, as always, thank you for your membership and your partnership in our community. It's through your efforts that we're able to help move the community forward and create a better business climate and quality of life here in Duncan and make Duncan truly one of the greatest places to live in the world. So just to kind of give you updated, as you know, you've probably been reading in the paper, T.W. Shannon was sworn in as the Speaker of the House. The legislators are about to kick back into action on January 8th this week. They had their organizational meeting and leadership meetings, and they've already began the process. The session will go in play on February the 4th. I just kind of wanted to give you a couple of dates. It goes in February 4th, but January 17th is actually the deadline for introduction of bills or joint resolutions in the Senate and House of Representatives, and they'll do their introductions by 4 p.m. that day. If you're in communication with our Representative Dennis Johnson, Representative Joe Dorman, Scott Biggs, Senator Corey Brooks, or Senator Don Barrington, you might keep those dates in mind. And another date as far as the Chamber and your ability to engage with those legislators, we're beginning to put together our legislative agenda. We already have a plan of action in place. I'll be sending that out to you, and the legislators have that. This allows you to know what the Chamber is doing in legislative advocacy. It's very important if you have a problem or a concern that you feel you have a voice. You, of course, have an individual voice with your legislators, but through the Chamber, oftentimes we advocate for important issues for you. And I would also like you to put on your calendar, February 26th. It's at the Oklahoma History Center. We're going to be sponsoring with the other Southwest chambers, including Lawton Fort Sill. You have the Oklahoma Southwest Legislative Reception. We usually try to put together a delegation from the community, business owners, small business owners, Main Street members, members of the City of Duncan Council, to go up and advocate on behalf of the City of Duncan and our great community with our legislators. So you might put that February 26th date down. Also, this past Tuesday, we had our Leadership Duncan Health Services Day. It was a great day for health education. It was really designed to discuss not only all of the health services and great partners we have in healthcare within our community. Duncan Regional Hospital hosted it. We'd like to thank our day chairs, Tanya Case of the Oklahoma High Risk Insurance Pool, and Jay Johnson, Chief Executive Officer Administrator of Duncan Regional Hospital, for being such great hosts and putting together a great day. We had many people auditing the class because of the fact that it was addressing issues, for example, the Affordable Health Care Act that was passed in 2010 by the federal government, that begins to go into play by 2014, and we've already seen a lot of things occur there. We had some great speakers. We had Marjorie Petty, Regional Director of the Department of Human Services. If you're interested in anything that the federal government's doing on the Affordable Health Care Act, you can go to healthcare.gov. We also were very fortunate to have our Terry White, who's the Commissioner of the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse. She was there, as well as Mike Fogarty. Mike was with us all day. He's with the Oklahoma Health Care Authority. And as many of you may know, our own Lyle Rogo of Duncan Area Economic Development is actually the chairman of the Oklahoma Health Care Authority, and we appreciate their service. Any questions you have on a local or state scale with healthcare, you can always go to okhca.org, which is the Oklahoma Health Care Authority. It is one of the organizations that has a $5 billion budget in our state and takes care of 1 million of our citizens through the health care service. It was really a great day, and we had many speakers from Southwest Cancer Centers, Wound Care. They took tours of the facility. It was really a great day for Leadership Duncan. And for those of you who don't know, Leadership Duncan is actually picks leaders throughout the community through an application process, which will begin again in March. Their civic leaders, their community leaders, or those that are members of companies or small businesses in the community. They're interested in beginning to engage in leadership roles in our community. And this really is kind of public service training for them. And so as our applications open up in March, we encourage all of you to apply for next year Leadership Duncan Class 18. But it is really a great program, and it also represents in a microcosm what the Chamber of Commerce itself tries to do within the community. tries to engage the community and educate them about the many different quality of life and business climate proposals that are within the community and how leaders can engage the community. And there are so many opportunities for leadership, whether it be serving on different commissions in the city or our nonprofits within our community and civic service organizations. So we would encourage you, whether you go through the leadership class or not, to try to engage and become a part of all the great organizations that we have in the community that are trying to move Duncan forward. I'd also like to touch briefly on, if you saw the Duncan Banner, which we appreciate our partner, the Duncan Banner, very much, the Chamber of Commerce, with your help, our chamber members, we raised $5,094.22 for the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma's program, Food for Kids. And if you're not familiar with that program, it's a wonderful program. It helps our community feed hungry children. On Fridays, they're giving a backpack discreetly that has some ready-to-eat items so they won't go through the weekend hungry. And we can't thank you enough for your support of the Food for Kid programs. You'll see us again raising money on May 31st. It's called the Bid Bash. It's actually an auction, a fun-filled evening with kind of a Pacific, Hawaiian, or Polynesian theme where we get together, have good fellowship, and we raise money for this Food for Kids program. We also had the opportunity as a chamber with our ambassadors to do a grand opening ceremony at Burger King. We appreciate Burger King's investment in the community, and we continue to wish them well and the great service that they provide. For those of you that are also United States Chamber members, or if you're not, you might go to the United States Chamber of Commerce website and click on a video. Tom Donahue gave his kind of State of the Nation address and talked about many of the key components of the Chamber's legislative agenda and also their agenda for 2013. One of the highlights of the speech was his focus upon energy and resource development and the energy industry and its strength and the jobs that it's provided within the United States and states like Oklahoma. We would encourage you to look at that video if you can. If not, just know that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and all chambers of commerce are very supportive of our energy industry, which is really provides so many jobs, 9.7 million within the United States and hundreds of thousands within the state of Oklahoma, and also affects our manufacturing. We're the best at manufacturing oil field supply and service products for the industry, particularly the shale exploration that we're seeing all over the area. Next week, we'd also like to put back in your mind that the Chamber of Commerce, with its partnership with the city and Cameron University, the Chickasaw Indians, Duncan Regional Hospital, Simmons Center, the Chisholm Trail Museum, and others, are trying to establish a Chisholm Heritage Trail within the community to increase the walkability within the community and the quality of life. Many of you do walk for recreation, and this particular phase they're still working on. We're working in the development. We do have a final report that will kind of give us a layout of the Chisholm Trail to a more exacting extent to where we can begin to do engineering studies, and you'll be hearing more of that as time goes on. One area that we're always focused on here at the Chamber, and we appreciate Carolyn Rogers, our partner that established Duncan as the crepe myrtle capital of the world. The Beautification Committee will also meet next week to begin to get ideas of how to continue to develop and expand and beautify our city through the Crepe Myrtle Trail and other ways, which does envelope in with the Chisholm Heritage Trails as an opportunity to link our community together and with walkability and maneuverability for pedestrian traffic. So many communities through the years did not become particularly pedestrian friendly, and it is of course the goal of the City Council and these other organizations in our community to make Duncan a more walkable community and a more connected community. On the coming week also, down the road, we would like to also encourage you to continue to participate in the Chamber activities. Billing went out this week that also demonstrated different types of opportunities for networking and sponsorships and advertising, whether it be sponsor legislative receptions, like I mentioned earlier, or become a sponsor of the Bid Bash Food for Kids program or our annual banquet. And I would like to just close today with a reminder to you that we are coming up March 14th with our annual banquet. Sandy Stewart, our Director of Investor Services, and Gina Flesher, our Banquet Committee Chairman, are diligently working on putting together a really great program for the Chamber, one of which I know that you'll really enjoy. It's titled Chamber Jazz. Gives an opportunity for you to come together as a community in an annual meeting of the Chamber, have great fellowship, be entertained, have a great dinner, and also that's the evening that we present the Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, Free Enterprise, Community Service, and Al Henshaw Community Spirit Awards. We still need nomination for those, so if you would do me the favor of going to our website at www.duncanchamber.com, click on the link there, open it up and print out one of those nomination forms and send it to us if you can. Fax it to us, email it to us, or if you don't have a form or can't have access to the internet in that way, just give me a call. I'll personally bring one by to you and we'll get your nominations in, because it's very important that we recognize the people that have served your community throughout 2012. So in closing, thank you so much again for your membership. And if there's anything that we as a chamber can do for you in helping your business, or if you have any ideas how we might do a better job of connecting you to the community, please feel free to contact us at any time. Best of the week to you, and we'll see you again next Monday.